Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm Elias, and this is Beth. This video is going to be a little bit different. Over the past few years, Dallas has gotten quite a bit of publicity, and not all of that has been good. You have probably heard people say Dallas is terrible and why not to live here. Well, we want to dissuade you of those opinions. So in this video, we're going to list the top reasons people give for why Dallas is a terrible place to live, and then flip them on their heads. Not only are these typical reasons for disliking Dallas silly, but they also end up being reasons to like Dallas. So let's jump into the first misnomer.
All right, the first thing you'll probably hear is, yikes, Dallas summers are awful. It's so hot. Do you just hide inside for 6 months? The people who say this are likely people who never lived in Texas. What people don't realize unless they grew up in it is how much fun families have in the hot summers. A private pool in the backyard, taking a boat out on one of the many lakes we have, or taking the children to a restaurant with a splash pad next door. These things are fun specifically because of the hot summers. And for the parents, drinking a cold beer or a margarita by the pool is 10 out of 10 relaxing. So while many people see the hot summers as a negative aspect of living in Texas, the locals see it as a really big plus.
Yes, that's true. 2, similar to the weather complaint, you will also hear people say, you want to move to Dallas? But it's so flat and boring. There's no mountains or beaches anywhere. But this feature of Dallas is actually really important. The flat or boring feature of Dallas is why it can be relatively cheap and still such a huge metroplex. We aren't landlocked like so many other cities. So yeah, we don't have a beach within an hour or two drive, nor do we have mountains. But we have 3 things that easily make up for it. Low cost of living, strong job market and wage growth, and the DFW airport. Combine these 3 things and you make enough and save enough so you can quickly take a flight to vacation at, say, Florida Beach, or in the beautiful Colorado Rockies, or a resort in Cancun. By living here, you get the best of all those worlds. And don't forget, we still have plenty of fun in pools and lakes. It's a lot less painful to jump into a Texas lake compared to the frigid northern lakes.
Complaints 3 and 4 go something like this. DFW is so spread out, it takes so long to get anywhere. And then they follow that up with, well, there's also just so much traffic. I hear that the freeways are always congested. But here's the thing, DFW is only so spread out on a map, especially with the North Dallas suburbs. These cities are designed to be self-sufficient. Education, recreation, religion, fitness, entertainment, it can all be within 5 to 10 minutes. You just want to pick a suburb that fits your needs and life stage. Dallas is only too big if you decide to live in Plano when you have to commute all the way to Fort Worth. Of course, that's a bad idea. Also, regarding the traffic, it's true that traffic can be an issue on some of the major highways entering or leaving the downtown Dallas area. However, many people aren't moving to Dallas to actually work in downtown. And many of those young professionals moving downtown simply rent an apartment in the middle of Dallas. Cities like Plano, Frisco, and Irving have strong job markets, and affordable housing can be found 10 to 15 minutes away from any of the city centers. So yes, Dallas is spread out, and yes, there is traffic. But all you need is someone who can introduce you to the metroplex layout, like us, and you'll be able to find the perfect spot for your needs.
Yep, exactly right. 5, some people say cost of living will become unaffordable if Dallas keeps growing. This is really funny because the cost of living in Dallas is lower than the national average. So they're giving this advice to people moving to Dallas in 2034, not 2024. The average American's biggest monthly expense is housing. And so if you move to DFW now, before housing becomes unaffordable, then you will avoid the unaffordability issue that people claim Dallas will have. All that being said, just look at the data. Don't listen to naysayers. The Dallas Metroplex is really an affordable place to live.
Number 6, people have probably heard about tornadoes that throw school buses around like rag dolls and wonder if Texas is a safe place to live. Well, yes, Texas has tornadoes, but tornadoes in the entire country only kill about 80 people per year. And yes, while this is devastating for the families who suffer such a tragedy, if this is the worst natural disaster that Texas sees, then it's got to be one of the safest places to live. Tropical cyclones like hurricanes and winter storms both caused more deaths than tornadoes. I guess this means that we should avoid all coastal areas, all cold areas, and all areas with tornadoes. Well, then where can we live? I'm exaggerating to show that tornadoes aren't anything to be overly concerned about. People who truly are in danger of tornadoes are given plenty of warning, which allows for safety precautions to be taken.
Yes, and 7, if you're in the north and think about moving to Dallas, south, it may be intimidating or unknown to you. But once again, this is a big misunderstanding. Dallas, being the size that it is, has attracted cultures from all over the country and even the world. As of 2023, 25% of Dallas residents were born outside the US. So if you're from the north, or if you're moving here from another country and you're worried about adjusting to life in the south, don't be. DFW is one of the most diverse metroplexes in the US, so anyone can find a community to belong to. And perhaps even better, anyone can find a community different from their own, giving them the opportunity to explore outside their own cultural bubble and learn about someone else.
Number 8, you may hear people say that there isn't much food diversity in Dallas. Austin gets all the hype for food trucks, and Houston is known for its ethnic, especially Chinese food. So, for some reason, people just assume Dallas food is boring. Well, we can both tell you that's wrong. Like we said in the point before, DFW is extremely diverse. Besides its famous barbecue and Tex-Mex, you can also find authentic food from pretty much anywhere. Chinese, Korean, Indian, and Italian are all normal eating options here.
And 9. This is an uncomfortable one for some to talk about, but political or religious misalignment. Some may fear that there is a strong ideology in Dallas, and it's one that doesn't sit well with them. We're not trying to present any value statements in this video. We just want to give you on-the-ground facts. The Dallas Metroplex is just like most other large metroplexes. Dallas proper is blue, and many of the suburbs are more rural, and they are red. However, Texas is slowly developing a reputation for being a future swing state, which just points to its ever-growing diversity. Religion is similar. While it is situated in the Bible Belt, meaning there is a lot of Protestant Christians, the major international population has brought with it a plurality of religions and even more of a plurality of Christianity in the area. Buddhist and Hindu temples, mosques, Eastern Orthodox churches, and more are common in the Metroplex. So again, there truly is a plurality of cultures in Dallas.
10. Some might say, didn't you hear that Dallas is the homicide capital of the nation? It's always funny to hear this kind of language because as soon as someone says it, we know for a fact they don't really know Dallas. It's just a nice headline that sells. In reality, when we say Dallas, we mean Dallas Metroplex, not just downtown. Most people moving to Dallas aren't actually moving into downtown, but rather the suburbs surrounding it. If you were to look more closely, you would find a city like Flower Mound, which is rated in the top 10 safest places to live in the entire country. So when people say Dallas is unsafe, they think too narrowly about which part of Dallas people want to move to. Saying Dallas is crime-ridden gets clicks and views, but it isn't actually answering the question people are asking.
We hope you enjoy this video and perhaps understand a little bit more of why so many people love Dallas after they move here. And if you're considering moving here, which you probably are if you're watching this video, then feel free to reach out to us. Both mine and Beth's contact information are in the video descriptions below. You can call, text, or email us. And don't forget, please hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.